Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Everything Horror Podcast. My name is Paul Doski, and with me is none other than returning guest Tom Ryan. What's going on, Ryan?
Nothing much, man. Just looking to promote my new anthology, Return to the Theater of Terror.
That's right. And last time you were actually on to talk about the original one, the Theater of Terror. And hopefully we don't or I don't screw up this time around, but I can't because, there's really not much to really say because, there's not much for me to just blabber on about because of practical effects wise, even though I love practical effects. And I think I would rather see that over CGI any day of the week. But anyway, that's a whole different topic for like a future, I don't know, roundtable discussion or something. But anyway, let's get into you. So you just said you're coming back on to promote your new film, The Return of Theater of Terror. So what is the Return to the Theater of Terror?
So the Return to the Theater of Terror is a direct sequel to the original anthology we released in 2018. There was a wraparound story, a narrative for our anthology that was the story of a theater that basically took the viewer from the audience and put them into the story. And they would live the fate of the character that they were watching. And so we're going to expand on that a little bit with the sequel. And once again, because it takes place in the theater, we have the opportunity to deliver another 4 spine-tingling tales of terror for the anthology. So it's going to be great. It's going to be a direct sequel, and we're just going to keep the formula the way it was, and don't fix it if it ain't broke. And deliver another 4 stories with a little bit more in-depth look at the theater itself.
So we're going to see the return of that same host guy from the original, I'm assuming. And he's going to bring us 4 new interesting tales that you're saying to look at the theater itself. So, okay. So speaking of one of the titles, real quick, for one of the films of the stories that we can all see, you sent me a little screener for one. I, like I said off the air for a second, I only watched half of it because I just wanted to know half of it, I guess. So, this is the Sous Sayer,
That's right.
title, and this is like a black and white scientist meets the assistant, basically time travel thing. It seems like that's going on. So I'm trying to remember what else is going on here. They discover the secret of time travel.
Yeah, I mean, I could give you the synopsis. Is basically the story of a scientist and his assistants who work fervently at creating or inventing a time machine, and in combination with a formula that they're able to achieve time travel. He invites a colleague, an old friend, over to show him his work and demonstrate the machine. And when the doctor travels into the future, he sees something that terrifies him, and he is focused on preventing it.
Rather than without saying too much from what I kind of thought would, like I said, half of it, rather than the assistant, I'm assuming, right? That was in the chair at first. That kind of saw that future.
Yep.
Okay. So he gets to see something worse than what we kind of first see half of the way.
Well, yeah, without giving away anything, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That's all I can say too, because I mean, I don't know, because I've only seen, like I said, half of it, and this is why I wanted to only see half of it too, because
right.
Yeah, because I liked what you brought to the floor. I'm gonna say for right now. And I will say I like the black and white. It works very well. I like the hint of blue for, I'll just say the thing
Yep.
that for
Yep.
the time travel.
Right.
Uh, I don't know if there's a word to that. Like, is it like the
I just not exactly, no.
okay?
Let's just leave it.
I'll just say the
Yeah.
blue tint thing for the I guess the secret, I guess, that they're talking about. Maybe. Like I said, I don't know what's really
We'll
going
just
on.
leave it.
So
We'll just leave it that
we'll
you
just
like
leave
the
it.
effects.
Yeah,
Okay, you like
yeah,
the effects. Great. Thank
yeah.
you.
The effect is good. Everything is good, and it just
Great.
works good. So yeah. All right. Uh-huh. So what else do we got going on here? We got like I saw Haunted is another one. We got
Yeah, the one that we're shooting is actually called Splinter, and Splinter is a story about an ancient shaman curse, um, which is pretty cool. We get to work with an actor by the name of Jim Thalman, plays in the lead of the character Scott Wills, Kristen Murray, excuse me, who plays in the part of Teresa Wills, and we also have Quincy Sade, who is playing their daughter, Olivia. So it's a great lineup of actors. We're shooting locally, as usual, in New Jersey. We're going to start shooting that one in late September in Jersey City. So I look forward to getting that one off the ground. That's going to be a really cool, creepy story, much different than Sous Sayer, the opening story. But like our first anthology, all of these stories are going to be much different.
well, I will say the first one did have some incredible ones like Abducted and Bookworm and trying to remember the other name now.
The Gift
The
and
Gift,
Endangered.
Endangered. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. No, we love those. We love those original shorts, and you know, that was a lot of the inspiration behind making the sequel. Is that I think after the experience of making that first one and getting to explore so many different types of stories and werewolves and aliens and worms and dolls, it was definitely something that we kind of wanted to, you know, continue creating, because we just feel like we have a lot of stories to tell. And this next lineup, our third, I'll tell you a little bit about the third story in the lineup, is another sci-fi piece called Robot. And this is about a little boy that lives in an abusive home. He's got his stepfather is kind of an angry guy, and he sees a meteorite crash in the woods, a good distance from the house where he lives in, and he goes to explore the scene, and he finds out that there's a robot, a small robot at the crash site. He brings the robot home, and he realizes that the robot is actually functioning, but it's damaged. And so the robot kind of becomes aware of the circumstances that the kid is living in as he is slowly malfunctioning. It's going to be a cool story. My son Jack is going to star in that one.
Ooh.
And yeah. So it's that's going to be a fun experience directing my son first time.
So basically, like, you know, in a weird short term, in a way, from what I'm also seeing for description, is basically like the robot is going to become like this little boy's guardian in a way.
Well, if I didn't say that, but if that's what you want to see, you could assume that maybe that's what's going to happen. But I will not confirm that or deny it.
Well, I'm just going by what I'm reading on your lovely Indiegogo. So that's, and the
Okay.
way it's kind of worded makes me
Yeah.
want to say that. And that is why
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
But okay. So I can't wait to see that. And then what's the last one?
The last one is Haunted. And
Yeah.
Haunted's going to be a lot of fun. Haunted, we're going to be following a paranormal investigator. And as he as kind of his con. He cons people, and that's how he makes his living. And there's one haunting that he investigates that kind of turns out to be more than he expected. And I I really don't want to reveal much more than that, but
Nope, that's fine.
because
That's
like all of our stories that we tell, they're not. We try not to tell you a story that is exactly what it appears to be. We always try to kind of pull a little something different. So yeah, that's the goal here. So I don't want to give too much away against the plot lines, but anyone that's listening, I would definitely direct them to each video on Indiegogo, and then that'll really give you a little bit better of a synopsis that we laid out for each of the shorts. And yeah, but we've got some big plans for sure.
nice. And speaking of which, you got your Indiegogo going on right now. Pretty
Yep.
much actually going strong, really. For with 38 days of this recording as of September 11th, which yeah, what a tragedy that was back in 2011. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
2001.
maybe, yeah, and it still once again haunts the nation to this day of what happened, because not that many people even thought 315
Where you going?
today.
Oh, right.
So, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, let's not put our sadness down. I mean, it is a tragedy. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, so with 38 days. You got 106 backers already. You're looking for like a flexible goal of 20,000. You're almost halfway there. So I guess tell us about your campaign. What are you trying to raise funds for, and what kind of perks are you throwing out at us?
Yeah, so we're obviously trying to raise funds to pay for locations, pay for insurance, pay our cast and our crew, pay for special effects, practical effects, the costs of everything that comes into an independent production. We have no financial backing from anyone, and so what we're trying to do is raise the funds in order to make the film that we believe people will see. As far as perks go, we are all digital links to our entire movie collection, first anthology, every short film included in that anthology. At the Terror Trooper level, we are offering perks such as Sous Sayer, the first short film of the anthology, which has already been completed. Of course, we've gotten that completed right before COVID hit. At least the shooting, the editing took place in quarantine. But so we're offering that. We're also offering in the higher levels associate producer credit and executive producer credit. You get tickets to the premiere. You get tickets to the after parties. You get all the films, digital copies as well as hard copies of the film, signed posters, printed materials, promos. So it's really very cool. You get some T-shirts, especially on the higher levels. That say Terror staff, and then on the back you'll have associate or executive producer. So yeah, we've got some really cool perks out there. We also offer opportunities to be an extra in the film. So yeah, most Indiegogo campaigns offer a lot of stuff like that. But I think that it's really cool what we've got set up for our fans, because it's really more the stuff are hanging out with us at premieres and at parties and at cons. It's some cool opportunities there.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Return to the Theater of Terror, which looks like it comes out next October from what I'm seeing as an estimated shipping date, possibly. So I can't say that, but that's just what I'm seeing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Brian, is there anything that I have not asked you that you would like to say about the campaign, or anything else that you feel like should be mentioned at all?
I'll just mention our website. Our website's www.theaterofterror.net. And when you spell theater, it's THEATRE. It's the English spelling of fear. So, yeah, come visit our website. Subscribe to our website. You can find links to the Indiegogo campaign there. You could either donate directly through PayPal to us, which as send money to a friend, so we get 100% of your donation. Or, of course, there's an Indiegogo link there. If you feel safer going through that protected site, you can also do that as well. And, yeah, we just tell people to stay tuned. There's going to be plenty of updates coming out. I'm updating our subscribers and our donors every week on the progress of the film. And, yeah, I look forward to delivering another awesome anthology for indie horror fans everywhere.
Awesome. And once again, Ryan, I appreciate your time, and maybe next year around October we can hopefully have you back on and we can talk more about it in a full detailed episode of like just talking about the experience and everything else as a whole, I guess.
Great. So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you again. And for everybody listening, thank you all again. I know it's a little short little episode, and just wanted to help promote a good pal of ours. And, you know, we like what he's doing, and we like what he got bringing to the table for the indie horror world. And if that's not enough to say it, well, then I guess, you know, you're missing out on some really cool effects and set designs and stories that I think anybody will really enjoy, especially Sous Sayer. If you definitely like that mad scientist type of feel. So, yes, I will just say that. And on that note, my name was Paul Oski. Make sure you check out the Return to the Theater of Terror, Indiegogo. And once again, the URL was theaterofterror.net. So THEATRE for theater. So once again, all the links will be down in the description below. And until next time, people, have a good night and stay scary.